past 28 years, it's been a pleasure to put together with my wife Angela this event. And clearly from the outpour of support, it's indicative of the success that we have accomplished, not only in membership, but the different program services we provide nationwide, international. I'm going to keep it short, but one of the things I have introduced with the board is to remember the forgotten. So this year's awards and 10 scholarships that we're presenting will be in the memory of many of our board members and members who are no longer with us. I would like to go now directly into the scholarship. As I indicated, we've given out 10 scholarships this year, which is double what we did the preceding year. I'd like to call up Keith Thompson, Sophie Meyerson, Javier Toro, and Anthony and James La Carraza.
The first presentation tonight is a special recognition, and I'd like to invite up to the podium John Adler, the president of the Federal Law Enforcement Officers Foundation.
On August 30th, 2023, ATF Special Agent Carlos Velez was critically injured during an undercover operation when Velez, along with a confidential informant, went to a residence near New Orleans for the purpose of purchasing fentanyl. After entering the apartment, several armed men entered the room and they ordered Velez at gunpoint to lie on the ground. Realizing that he was about to be killed, Special Agent Velez escaped from the gunman by jumping off the third-floor balcony. Velez fell 3 stories to the pavement where he sustained serious injuries of a paralyzing nature. He was transported to the hospital, he underwent emergency surgery, and it was a miracle he survived. Realizing that Agent Velez would need lifelong treatment and support because of his severe injuries and likely permanent injuries, the National Police Defense Foundation worked diligently to collect funds for the agent's medical support, housing, and transportation needs. The Npdf proudly amassed and distributed $31,933 for his immediate needs in terms of housing and medical assistance, which took place in Florida. We collected a total of $181,162 for Agent Velez's future care that the NPDF was happy to turn over to John Adler of FLEO, who's currently administering Carlos Velez's care. Thank you, John.
Real fast. You know, when bad things visit our people in the field, sometimes the first people on scene are there to criticize. But God bless Joe and his team here. When our people get banged up or make the ultimate sacrifice, they're there on scene to raise money for the surviving family or for our wounded warrior. So God bless the foundation here and all the great work they do, looking out for our folks out in the field, keeping everyone safe and protecting the liberties that too many people are thumping their chest about, but the men and women towing the line are the ones actually providing those liberties and those rights. So God bless the foundation. God bless you, Joe, Mike, Sergeant, and your team here. Thank you for looking out for our folks in the field.
So our first award is the Member of the Year Award. It's being presented to Dennis Sugray. So I'd ask him to approach the lectern. Michael?
Dennis Sugray, the son of Irish immigrants and the owner of Sugray Contracting Company. His most valuable skill is being a people person who's able to bring people together to mount impossible tasks. Dennis is a supporter of the Tunnels to Towers Foundation, as well as a longtime member of the Knights of Columbus and a member of the Npdf. Dennis?
Ladies and gentlemen, thank you for honoring me with such a highly centered award. When I was first notified of this, I was actually a little confused. This is given to other people who have had a huge impact on others. I just always viewed myself as someone with a lot of friends who ask for an occasional favor every now and then. All kidding aside, growing up, my brothers and I were instilled with the motto, "It is not the receiver that is blessed, but the giver." Today that motto is the one that I stand by. I'd like to congratulate the other award winners that stand beside me this evening. It is a truly privilege to be recognized along such an esteemed organization, and I am proudly grateful to the National Police Defense Foundation for this honor. It has been a privilege to be part of such a dynamic and inspiring community. Thank you.
Our next award is our Special Achievement Award, and it's going this evening to Dr. Jordan Josephson.
Internationally renowned nasal and endoscopic sinus surgeon, Dr. Josephson is in private practice in Manhattan. His philosophy is to offer the highest quality of medical care to his patients through the latest and state-of-the-art technology. He's been the Chief Medical Officer for the Board of Federal Enforcement Homeland Security Foundation for over 2 decades, honorary surgeon with the NYPD for over 20 years, and is also one of the chief surgeons for the New York State Troopers PBA Medical Division. Dr. Josephson also serves alongside law enforcement at the Twin Towers on 9/11, the day of the most horrific terrorist attack on U.S. soil. He was invited spokesman for the Lifetime Medical television program on sinusitis with Dr. Roger Bowles. He's been featured as an expert on various news segments on CBS, NBC, Fox, and New York One. Dr. Josephson.
Can you hear me in the back? Anybody hear me in the back? All right. I'm humbled by this. I had a 50-page speech to give you, but my daughter told me to cut it down. It's only 30 pages. I want to start off with thanking the board of the National Police Defense Foundation for all their good work. I want to thank Joe Acapinti, the most humble guy. Come here, Joe. Come here, Joe. Let's give an applause for Joe Acapinti and the board. You know, when Joe calls, it always starts the same way. Doc, we need to help someone. And he's right. We need to help, and we do. He is selfless in his pursuit. He is an exceptional human being. We all know about Joe's amazing history in law enforcement. And Joe and his wife, Angela, has put together and helped run this foundation in an incredible way. I want to thank Angela. Where's Angela? Angela? Joe, where's Angela? Let's give a round of applause for Angela, right? Behind every good man is a good woman, right? Come on, men, you're all sitting next to women you know. Without them, we're nobody. And one day I got a call from John DeVito. John DeVito is the SAC of the ATF, just retired. And John's an amazing guy. Tells me that story they just told you about Carlos in Louisiana. Fell 3 flights. His spine was like this. He's now a quadriplegic. we called over to the Miami project, the Nick Bonaconte Spine Research Center. Everybody know Nick Bonaconte played football for the Miami Dolphins? Anybody a Miami Dolphin fan? I hope not. We're Giant and Jet fans, right? Come on. Let's hear it for the Giants and the Jets. And we're playing the Knicks tonight. The Knicks are playing tonight. My son said, Dad, I got tickets to the Knicks game, but I'm giving them to my friend. All right, to my son. And to Joe's daughters who helped with the foundation. Thank you. To every agent, this room is star-studded with agents from every branch of law enforcement. When they put on their uniform, their kids wonder if they're coming home. Their children, their spouses, they are part of this. Right? We honor them. So let's big round of applause for all the spouses and the children. Because why are we here? It's for the children, right? I want to, I'm honored to be honored among the other honorees. I want to congratulate them all. Lastly, I'm very blessed. People say, what do you do? And what I do is, I'm just there to serve those that serve us. So thank you all that serve. Thank all their family members that serve with them. And thank all their support teams that support them through their service. Without all of us, collectively, we can't serve properly. So it's my honor to serve. In closing, I just want to thank my wife, Mara, and my kids, Julius, Jacqueline, and Jared. Why? Because I'm always on this stupid thing. We're at dinner, I'm on the phone helping. And they sacrifice every day of their life so I can help serve those that serve. Joe, thank you so much. I appreciate it. Everybody should get up and give each other a standing ovation for the work that you all do. Please rise and let's give a standing ovation for everybody in this room. Everybody deserves it. That's for all of law enforcement worldwide.
Our next award is our Person of the Year award, and it gives me great pleasure to tell you it's being presented to the Police Commissioner of Nassau County, the Honorable Patrick J. Ryder. Now, I'd like to invite up to the podium Chief Robert Karen, Administrator of the Foundation's Coalition of Police Chiefs, as well as one of our past honorees and County Executive of Nassau County, Bruce Blakeman. Before I ask the good sergeant to make the presentation, I just want to say thank you to County Exec Blakeman and Commissioner Ryder. I see you all the time on the news as well, but thank heavens, reason prevailed somewhere, and it's in Nassau County. So thank you.
Patrick J. Ryder was named Commissioner of the Nassau County Police Department in February of 2018. Commissioner Ryder began his law enforcement career with the New York City Police Department. He joined the Nassau County PD in '86 and was promoted to sergeant in 1995. In 2008, he was designated the commanding officer of asset forfeiture and intelligence, where he proactively implemented initiatives that helped ensure officer and public safety. These include the real-time intelligence system, the REACH program, Civilian Intelligence Analyst Program, DNA Collective Initiative, and the creation of a counterterrorism unit, think tank, and Department Intel Rapid Response Team. Together, these initiatives have brought crime in Nassau County to historic lows. Commissioner Ryder has a master's degree in Homeland Security and Management from Long Island University. He's an adjunct professor for criminal justice and intelligence-led policing at Nassau County Community College and a trained member of law enforcement agencies in Egypt, Tajikistan, Tunisia, South Africa, and Turkey. He and his wife Jill have 3 children. Welcome.
Ladies and gentlemen, I'm very honored to talk a little bit about Patty Ryder. You've seen all the things. He's a very qualified person to be the top of any police department in the country. But there's something I would add to his resume, and that is Patty Ryder is a cop's cop. See, police officers, when they do something wrong, they face disciplinary action. But when they do something right, they depend on the hierarchy of the police department. Unfortunately, this is not the case throughout the United States. I want to give you one good example of Patty Ryder, why we call him a cop's cop. Last year, a person was shooting a gun up in the air in North Belmore. When the police approached, this young police officer, Christian Alfano, stepped on the gas when the person put a gun to his head. Went directly at him, and just before he hit him, he swerved to the left, and he knocked him down with the side of the car. The family of this person went on national TV and started to talk about how the police officer just ran him over. And then people from the community said the same thing. And even some news reporters started to cover the same story. But Commissioner Patty Ryder immediately got on national TV and said this police officer did a great job. He risked his life to save this person's life. Now, a lot of people out there don't realize, that at court, this person thanked Officer Alfano for saving his life. Patty Ryder is always there for all his police officers, and that's why I am very honored with Bruce Blakeman to present Patty with the Person of the Year Award.
So first of all, I grew up in a large Irish Catholic family. So those people at the bar, I'm going to ask you a question. 1,840. What does that number represent? 1,840. Monsignor Romano said it a minute ago. He was up in Albany. So was I. 1,840 men and women gave their life to the state of New York and died in the line of duty. We were there yesterday at the memorial. Next Monday, we'll be down in Washington. 24,043 men and women have given their life serving this great country here in the United States. The service of the men and women, when they leave their residence at night, when they go out in the day, they kiss their wife goodbye. You don't know if they're coming home. Jonathan Diller left his house. Jonathan Diller went to work. Jonathan Diller did not come home. But what did come home for Jonathan was the people of Massapequa, the people of Nassau County, the men and women of the NYPD, the men and women of all the law enforcement agencies in the country. We came together that day to let all of the country know, all of those naysayers who say, oh, bail reform, it's gonna make it better. No, it ain't. It ain't gonna make it better. Nobody says it louder than our county executive here in Nassau County. At the end of the day, when that little boy goes to school, he won't have his father holding his hand on his first day of kindergarten. But what he will have is all the men and women of law enforcement standing with him and his family, walking him to his first day of school, because we make a promise to never forget our fallen, and a promise to never forget their families. This month is all about the memorials. That's what this award, thank you very much from the bottom of my heart. but it is for all the men and women who serve and keep doing the job day in and day out. And for the rest of the people that don't care, bullshit. We're gonna do a great job anyhow.
Congratulations, Commissioner. All right, our next award is our Business Person of the Year award, and it gives me great pleasure to introduce to you the Executive Vice President of Goya Foods, Peter Unanu. Michael.
This award is particularly special to me because I married a Cuban, so all of his products are in my house on every shelf. Peter Unani was named the Executive Vice President of Goya Foods in 2006. He's responsible for the expansion and relocation of Goya's 640,000 square foot state-of-the-art facilities in Jersey City and implementing new technology and equipment for both the distribution and manufacturing facilities. Peter honed his logistics skills prior to joining Goya as a project manager at Merck Medco Management Care. He formulated the flow planning model to maximize prescription output across the company's mail-order pharmaceuticals. Peter holds a master's degree in operations research from the George Washington University School of Engineering and Applied Sciences and a bachelor's degree in mathematics from St. Thomas Aquinas College. Welcome.
Thank you so much. On behalf of Goya, we are humbled and very grateful for this honor and sharing it with all these great people. These other speeches are a very hard act to follow. But as an ordinary citizen, just want to say how grateful I am to all law enforcement and to the National Police Defense Foundation for protecting those who protect us. It's amazing what you do every day. We are very, very grateful, and we couldn't support you anymore. Thank you so much for everything you do.
Congratulations. Our next award is our Lifetime Achievement Award, and it's being presented this evening to the Drug Enforcement Administration Special Agent in charge in New York, and that's Agent Frank Tarantino III.
Frank Tarantino III is a special agent in charge of the Drug Enforcement Administration, New York Division. He's a 24-year veteran of the DEA, having served in diverse assignments that include foreign operations, multi-agency international investigations, and local impact initiatives in domestic offices. In 2005, Mr. Tarantino was selected to be the DEA's Foreign Deployment Advisory and Support Team, FAST. As a special agent and team leader on FAST, Mr. Tarantino conducted numerous enforcement operations which cemented DEA's partnership with the Afghan police and military, seizing 262 metric tons of hashish, 30 metric tons of opium, 1,200 keys of heroin, 3 dozen heroin labs, and over 20,000 keys of explosives. In March 2022, Mr. Tarantino was selected to lead the largest division in the DEA, the New York Division, as special agent in charge, where he currently oversees hundreds of investigations targeting criminal organizations worldwide.
All right, good evening. I want to thank you, and I want to congratulate first and foremost all the award recipients this evening. It's a pleasure and an honor to be in the room with them and all of you. Congratulations. I want to thank the National Police Defense Foundation, especially its founder and executive director, Joe Achapente, for this honor and recognition. But the truth is, this is not about me. The fact of the matter is every success and or achievement of any consequence that I've accomplished over the course of my lifetime is a direct result of the support and involvement of many family, friends, and teammates. The reason I stand before you this evening is because of all of them. I'm thankful tonight to have with me my wife, Shannon. Shannon has provided the love and support over the course of my 33 years of government service, during which time I missed many family events and special occasions. I could not sustain this work without her. Thank you, hon. I want to recognize and thank just a few friends that are here tonight. I have to recognize retired Special Agent in Charge from the ATF, John DeVito. Special Agent in Charge from the IRS, Tom Fataruso. U.S. Marshal from the Southern District of New York, Ralph Sozio. I want to congratulate and thank Dr. Josephson for his support and assistance over the years. And I also want to recognize Patrick Ryder for his accomplishments and thank him for giving us his son, who's a special agent with the DEA. The last person I want to congratulate and thank that is here tonight is Michael Becker, owner-operator of Logomat Central. Thank you, Michael. Then there's the team, this team of teams, this New York Division Senior Executive Leadership Team, many of which are seated over here to my right, your left. You know, in New York, every single day, we work hard to build high-functioning, high-performing, and high-trusting teams. Teams that have a common purpose and shared sense of responsibility. Teams that have absolute clarity of what we do, how we do it, and most importantly, why we do what we do. These teams lead employees who have a predisposition to empowered execution to target and defeat the most significant cartels and drug traffickers and drug trafficking organizations operating around the world. These teams, they lead this significant pursuit from New York City to Bogota, Colombia, from the Bronx to Culiacan, Mexico, from Queens to Beijing, China, and everywhere else around the world. I want to thank this team, and this team is led by the Deputy SAC of the Task Force, Frank Del Rey. The Deputy SAC of the Division, Farhana Islam. The Associate SAC of the Strike Force, Chris Roberts. The Associate SAC of Operations, David Zahn. Our very talented Business Operations Chief, Helen Saleme. Our Division Counsel, Michelle Warren, and our Regional Counsel, Tara Hurley, both of whom provide invaluable guidance, advice, and counsel, which allows this division to make sound strategic decisions each and every day. This is the team that drives excellence. They handle the day-to-day operations, which allow us to make a difference and have an impact in our communities. When I think about this team, I think about three guiding principles I want to leave you with tonight. These three principles shape our thoughts, give voice to our words, inspire our actions, form our habits, and define our character. These three words are urgency, unity, and gratitude. Urgency because fentanyl is the greatest threat that we have ever seen in drug law enforcement. It is a public health, a public safety, and a national security risk to the United States of America. With over 113,000 Americans who lost their lives in a 12-month period ending in June of 2023. We have to meet this moment with an increased sense of urgency and a renewed commitment to do more. We must do more. This is a sprint to save lives. And unity because this unity of effort is exactly what we need to make a difference. This is not just a whole of government approach. This is a whole of government commitment to do more. We are more integrated and interconnected than ever before. We are all in this together. And as I look out into this audience and I see the many law enforcement professionals, business leaders, educators, caregivers, and parents, I am convinced that we will stem the tide and save our youth and preserve America for future generations to come. And gratitude, because I am grateful for each and every day that I have the incredible opportunity and responsibility to lead the men and women of the New York Division of the Drug Enforcement Administration. We have a talented and professional workforce that is committed to serving and protecting the citizens of the United States, the state of New York, and the city of New York right here, right now. We have immense gratitude for our law enforcement partners who have given us their support from city, state, and federal agencies. Thank you for joining us in our fight to save lives. We are making a difference. With urgency, unity, and gratitude, we are changing the world every single day by saving one life at a time. Thank you. Enjoy your evening and get home safe.
Thank you, Agent Tarantino. We only have 2 awards left, so if you can hold it together, especially in the back there, if you can just quiet down a little bit and give these honorees the respect that they deserve. All right, our next award is the Mario Apuzzo Combat Cross Award, and it's being bestowed upon Police Officer Blake Andrews from the Columbus, Ohio Police Department.
On July 6, 2023, Police Officer Andrews and his partner responded to a report of a bank robbery in progress. The suspects fled the scene after reportedly stealing $90,000 in cash. Responding officers had limited information about the suspects and only a brief description of their vehicle, a dark-colored Porsche SUV that was stolen from a Porsche dealership at gunpoint, then used as the getaway vehicle after they robbed the bank. Blake and his partner decided to set up and interdict the suspect vehicle on the highway, set up a stationary position. Both officers intercepted the suspect vehicle and the high-speed pursuit took place. P.O. Andrews and his partner observed 2 suspects running on foot from the scene after they crashed. Almost immediately, Andrews was ambushed from the rear by a third perp. He was unseen, he had crouched down and was hiding, waiting to ambush the officers. The suspect immediately opened fire on Blake, striking Officer Andrews 5 times. The shots severed Police Officer Andrews' femur, destroyed his internal organs, struck the back of his ballistic vest, and penetrated his hand. Due to his femur being severed, Andrews collapsed to the pavement, but he managed to return fire at his assailant as he went down. Andrews' weapon malfunctioned and had to be cleared, but he managed to reload his weapon and to continue firing at his assailant. Blake warned his colleagues that he was hit. Hearing this, the perpetrator advanced on Andrews, intent upon finishing him off. But Andrews continued to fight by firing at the suspect until he was neutralized. Well done, officer.
Thank you all so much. I am first and foremost grateful to the Lord Jesus Christ for being with me and protecting me during that moment.
Listen up!
I am also so grateful for each and every one of you here tonight. I don't feel like I deserve this award. I was doing a job, and hypothetically, as a police officer, you know that you could get shot. You know that your time could come. You know that you could lay down your life as a sacrifice for the greater good, for protecting the public. But honestly, a lot of that is in your head. You push it aside so you can take your calls without going crazy, without freaking out when there's a minor situation that would merely escalate it. And that was pretty much my mindset. I was taking another call. We were looking for another suspect vehicle, not sure if we would find him. And then he was there. You never know as an officer when your time is going to come until you see that suspect vehicle and you do your job. And I didn't see anything, I didn't hear anything, but I know for a fact, even though I was not faithful, the Lord is faithful to me. And he was there and he gave me the strength to fight back. In a situation that no officer asks for, nobody wants to be in, but it was a life or death situation. And thank God for backup, thank God for training. Thank God for men and women out there who are willing to do this job and do it with courage and do it with honor, because we were put in a situation to stop somebody who was terrorizing the public and who was out of control and who was a wolf among sheep. In the Holy Bible, in the book of Romans 13, it states the government is God's servant, and it does not carry the sword in vain, for it is there to punish the avenger and the wrongdoer. And it was an honor for me to serve God in that capacity as a police officer on that moment on July 6th. And it is an honor now to be here tonight, to be given the award. It's not about awards. It's about working towards something that is bigger than yourself. And for all of my brothers and sisters in blue out there, everyone who does this job, I salute you for having the courage to do it when it's fashionable in this time and place, to rail against law enforcement and to despise law and order. You continue to hold the line to protect the citizens and the innocent civilians against evil that is out there and that frankly will never leave until the school returns. So I thank you, and for all those who are non-law enforcement who want to be here tonight to protect, to help us, to support us, whether it's financially or by your presence or through working to provide a service. We are so grateful. We are so grateful to each and every one of you. You who support us, you are the ones who deserve an award. The Npdf has been there for my family, asking how they could help. It is a great organization, and they were there in a time of need, even across the United States, even in Ohio. So thank you so much for this honor. Thank you so much for tonight, to be a special memory to hold on to when times are bad. And God bless you all. Thank you.
Thank you, Officer Blake, and Officer Andrews. Yes, John.
I'm going to respectfully ask silence for the next honoree. I recall last year we had an honoree who got a Valor Award, and it was silence in the room. You saw career cops with tears coming down their eyes. And this is the next honoree she traveled over 12 hours to come here today to be presented with this prestigious award. So I beg upon all of you to give her the courtesy and respect due. Thank you.
All right, our next award is our coveted Medal of Honor Award, named after longtime president of the foundation, Jack Holder. This evening, we bestow that award on Superintendent Molly Shoshana of the Israeli Police.
On October 7, 2023, though armed only with a pistol and no additional ammunition, Superintendent Molly Shoshona and 6 other police officers climbed to the station house roof when they engaged terrorists. Shoshana fought a heroic battle for hours, throwing back hand grenades that were tossed up onto the roof where she was, throwing them back at the Hamas terrorists. They threw grenades at her, she threw them back down at them. She killed 4 on her own. 2 officers on the roof with Molly were killed, and Molly was hit in the arm. As she was starting to run low on ammunition, remember, she only had a pistol with no additional ammo. She got onto her walkie-talkie and she asked those listening to tell her son that she loved him because she didn't think she was going to make it. When the terrorists had captured the station house and they climbed on the roof, Molly and other wounded officers pretended to be dead. She was miraculously rescued by IDF officers, because just before they bombed that station house, she managed to raise her arm and they realized she was still alive. They rappelled down and got her. This woman has incredible courage to get to the top of that roof and to engage Hamas knowing that it was likely that she wasn't going to make it. I'm in awe of her. Molly.
Good evening. Thanks is a little word with great meaning. I and the Israel police want to thank Joe Acopanti, Mike Berry, Rabbi Berkovich, and the National Police Defense Foundation for the prestigious honor I'm humbled by the presidents of all of attending this event. Thanks to my policemen and women who fought with me on the roof of Sderot Police Station and saved the residents of the city of Sderot. And last, I want to thank to God and my brother for keeping me alive. Thank you.
Now, Blue Lives Matter has a special presentation for the superintendent as well.
Good evening, everyone. Every year at our annual gala, Blue Lives Matter presents a Unity Award to those that go above and beyond positively affecting the law enforcement community. Molly's actions on October 7th were nothing short of amazing. Her leadership skills, overall mindset of being a team, shows that it was never about her, but rather the unity of those around her. It is my distinct honor as co-founder of Blue Lives Matter to present Molly Shoshana with one of our 2024 Unity Awards.